Hey, how's it going guys? My name is Ray and welcome to my channel. This is the place for us home cooks to learn and improve together to better our everyday cooking. And that's why in this channel I'm gonna be sharing with you my weekly favorite recipes, and if you're into that, maybe consider subscribing and don't forget the bell button so that you'll know when a new video is up. So on that note, I'm gonna be sharing with you the recipe for one of my all-time favorite condiments, green sambal, or more commonly known in Indonesia as Sambal Ijo. So 2 weeks ago I made a video about egg fried rice, and I used the Sambal Ijo to make one of the versions of egg fried rice, and I told you guys I'm gonna make the full recipe if you guys want it, and turns out one of you actually do. So that's why this video is here today. So shout out to Karina A for requesting this recipe. Well, here we go. Let's cook! In a small pan, combine 130 grams of green chilies, 70 grams of bird's-eye chilies. You can use red or green, preferably green for the color, 3 cloves of garlic, 8 to 10 pieces of shallots, 3/4 cup of oil. The amount of oil you add is really up to you. If you want your sambal a bit on the oily side, you can add more, but basically you'll need enough oil to shallow fry your chilies. Season it with 5 grams of salt and 10 grams of sugar, then just heat them up on medium-low heat. Give them a good mix. Basically you want every single ingredient in there to mingle and get doused in the oil. All we're doing at this stage is basically just trying to infuse the oil with as much flavor as possible from the garlic, shallot, chilies, and everything else. So you don't want to burn the ingredients, you just want to gently simmer them with the oil. Basically you want to keep them bubbling gently like this, and if the bubble ever gets too vigorous, you can always turn the heat down to low. Now as soon as some of the chilies get blisters like this, you can turn off the heat and just let it sit on the stove top for about 20 to 30 minutes or until it's cool enough to handle. Because the next step is to crush this mixture up into a proper sambal. So you want the chilies to be really soft, but also you don't want hot oil to be splattering everywhere. And traditionally you would use pestle and mortar to do this, but this is not a really traditional recipe. This is an oversimplified version of the green sambal, so I'm gonna use food processor. And how smooth you go with this sambal is really up to you. You can go extra smooth and make it like a paste almost, but I like it to be extra chunky. So I'm just gonna blitz this for about 1 minute and that's it. As you can see here, I keep mine really on the chunky side because I feel like it's just nicer, especially if you're gonna use it as a condiment. But yeah, you can choose how smooth or chunky you want this to be. I like it when I'm still able to see pieces of shallots, garlic, and chilies like this. I just think it's more appetizing. But yeah, once you're at this point, you can decide one of the two routes here. You can either use it as it is, of course with some adjustment to the seasoning, or you can cook it a bit further, concentrate the flavor a bit more, and make the colors a bit brighter. And that's basically what I usually like to do. So all you have to do is just transfer it back to the pan, put it back on medium heat, keep it moving, don't let it burn. At this point you can give it a little taste and adjust for seasoning. Mine needs a bit more salt. I added about half a teaspoon more, and also half a tablespoon of sugar. And once the color has turned slightly darker like this, you can turn off the heat and just let it sit and cool down gently on room temperature for about 20 to 30 minutes or until it's cool enough to transfer into a jar. And when transferring it into a jar, please be smart and don't do it like I did here. Just be patient and scoop it spoon by spoon so you don't waste any of this amazing stuff, alright? And believe it or not, that is it guys. Now you have one amazing jar of green sambal ready to be used with whatever you like. This is going to be good on anything guys, I'm telling you. Grilled fish, fried chicken, noodles. This is even good just with rice and fried eggs. I mean, anything you can think of, just add this green sambal to it and it's gonna be good. And once your green sambal already cooled down to room temperature, slap the lid on it and don't forget to put a label on it. This should last you in the fridge for about 2 months or 6 months in the freezer. So you can really make a big batch and just stock up on it. So now let's talk about application. My favorite way to use this amazing condiment is to either use it as the base of my nasi goreng or use it as the finisher of my egg fried rice recipe. Speaking of which, if you want to know how to make this super simple yet amazing egg fried rice, please check out this video from 2 weeks ago. I'm gonna put the link up here. I covered 3 different variants of this egg fried rice. It's super simple, it's only got 5 ingredients. 6 if you include the green sambal in this version. But you get the point, guys. This recipe is super simple, it's a lifesaver. So yeah, other than this amazing egg fried rice recipe, you can add it to any protein that you love, noodles, anything guys, really. Oh, by the way, if you're curious about what I'm grating over my egg fried rice here, you really need to try that one too. I'm gonna put the link here as well. It's super versatile, just like the green sambal from today's recipe. But yeah, that's basically it for today guys. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, don't forget to leave a like below and share this video because it will really help me a lot. And please subscribe if you haven't already. Alright guys, that's it for this week's video. See you next week. Cheers!